Hello and welcome to my late Friday with Fiona. It's Saturday morning. So those of you that follow me know I was visiting my husband. Beginning of the week was pretty awful, got a bit better towards the end of the week, so I just thought I'd pop on and say hello, especially to all my new followers. Thank you very much, I really appreciate it, and all the good wishes. So I'm going to swap down to my desktop. So I've got two cards that I've pre-made and I can share with you, and then one I'm going to make on the fly. I've prepped it, but I'm using the Filled with Sweetness Sweet, which consists of this designer series paper, which is so fun. There's like, I don't know what you call that, checkered. You've got these jars of things, teaspoons, picnics, hearts, ladybugs. Yeah, really love that. And the dies you can make into a jar. Now I haven't actually done that. I had one to show you. Where has it gone? Oh, it's there, it's underneath. So you stamp the big jar, and with this die, if you cut you basically cut it, then you get a folding card. Now I did that, and then I've cut that in half. Then you've got lids, and this one, which I haven't tried yet, will make a slit in the top, and then you can put your spoon in there. So fun. So mine are a bit more basic today because I literally didn't have the time. Oh, I can't get that back on now. There we go. And then you've got these labels, 1, 2, 3, 4 labels, and then you've got the strawberry and the blueberries that go with the stamp set. And I absolutely love these. Love you very much. You're the sweetest. Homemade for you, which you can put on your cards, or if you're giving away homemade jams and marmalades and stuff. So really good fun. As you can see, I've got some strawberries here. That's for, in fact, we might as well do that one first, as I've got them there. And also, that's we do that in designer series paper or cardstock, and that's a lovely, the paper you put over the top and you put an elastic band around. So that's fun. Yeah, I will do that, but literally, I haven't had time. And then this embossing folder is called Ladybug Picnic, and I've got one on white here, you can see it, and then I do have one later on in Strawberry Slush, which might be easier to see, so I'll share that with you. So the colours I've been using is Strawberry Slush, this is Blueberry Bushel for my blueberries. I thought it was appropriate. The actual blue they've used in the designer series paper is Misty Moonlight, so I haven't used the Blueberry Bushel on the one that's using the designer series paper. And then we've got, also I missed out the ribbon, gorgeous, and that's Misty Moonlight as well. Okay, so the first card is one that I've copied from the Stampin' Up website, where they when you go in and put the name of the product in, it comes up with some samples. So they're designed by the concept artists. So I've got a half of A4, which is 10.5 wide by 29.6, scored in half at 14.8. And then I've got, and that's thick basic white, and then I've got a piece of the regular basic white, which is 10 by 14.3, which I'm just going to layer on there like so. And I'll use wet glue because of the embossing, there's quite a lot of holes. So I've got everything ready, but I didn't have time to make a duplicate of it, so we'll do this on the fly. And then the other two, as I say, I've already got those ready. I hope you've had a good week this week. Certainly the weather has been really nice. I've got a faulty boiler, but I spoke to the engineer this morning, and he basically got to put it's leaking. So I've put a bowl underneath. I've turned the heating down, put a bowl underneath, and hopefully it'll get me through to Monday morning. So that's, just another thing to worry about. Then I've used one of the labels. So I've used this label, and I stamped Love You Very Much, and that's in basic grey. I should have done it in Blueberry Bushel, but I didn't think about it till afterwards. So I'm going to put that on with dimensionals, and then I'm going to layer my blueberries and strawberries around it. Now on the one that Stampin' Up did, they did 3 strawberries and 4 blueberries, but I'm a great believer in the, I don't know what the word is, the theory of 3, that your brain likes to see things in an odd number. So I've done 3 blueberries and 3 strawberries. Okay, where's my pot gone? There we go. My Jamie pinch pot, which I love. Okay, and it's sunny outside. I've got the window open, but it's a little bit on the fresh side, but that's okay. It gets hot when I've got all the lights on. So I'm going to pop that. I'm just centering it. I'm just eyeballing it. You can measure, but I'm just eyeballing it. And I'm just going to give these a bit of a curve with my bone folder. And I've used Strawberry Slush and Granny Apple Green. I used the dark Strawberry Slush blends and the light Granny Apple Green. And then I took my colour lifter, and I just ran it over a little bit to get the fainter bits of the berries, and the same on the blueberries. So I'm just going to pop those around. So I want one here. I think I might use dimensionals actually. Let's do that. Let's use dimensionals. Just one. So one there. And one going the other way. Oops, it's a bit, that's okay, it worked out well. Put it that way, going the other way, and then one up here. So we've got the triangle. I've been finishing my 2025 virtual scrapbooking pages, and one of the things they teach you there is about the triangle. So we've got the triangle there. Now I'm going to do my blueberries, and some of them I didn't die cut properly. You can see I've got more white here than I have there, but we can cover that up with the cover that up with the another one. And they didn't use the blue ribbon on this. They've used white twine, but I don't know. I'll have a look. I see. Might use the ribbon. Might use the ribbon. Is so soft. Okay, so let's do these. So these are going to have one on again as well, and I'm going to have one there. And another one. Nope. I'm going to put that down here because I don't want the white to show. Can go down there. There we go. And then one more. Oh, sticking to me. That can go. Yeah, let's pop a little bit of white glue. White glue? Wet glue even. Just there. Right, now, let's try, see what we think would look better. It might detract from the blueberries. Yeah, I think I'll go with what Stampin' Up did. They actually wrapped the twine around, but I didn't do that. Let's get my white. Have I got another white? No. It would be right at the bottom, wouldn't it? Okay. Oh, I know, I've got one downstairs from the scrapbooking. Berry vanilla, black. There we go. Let's do the white, if I can find the end of it, because it's a new one. Might help if I put my glasses on. There we go. I'm actually going to do a double one. Now, where are my ribbon scissors? Put them in the wrong place. There we go. usually make a mess of double bows, but I haven't on that one. That's amazing. Okay, and then I'm going to get a glue dot. I'm getting low on my glue dots. So I last week was Stampin' Up's annual get together. It's called On Stage, and they shared loads of new product with everybody. So where am I going to put this ribbon? Let's just put it on the side there. Okay, like so. And I've got these. Do we want to put these on? Got some little strawberries. No, I think it's lovely like that. Okay. Oh, I know what they use the mini bees, the tiny bees, not mini bees, tiny bees. Let's see if I can get into them. And that's going to be a tiny dot of glue. 1, 2, 3. That might be a little bit big of a splodge. I forgot I had these. 1. Oh dear. That's gone on sideways. Where's my... Check, there's still some glue on there. There we go. Right, that's 2. I'm making a disaster out of this. It's so tiny. My pick tool would probably be better. There we go. Not bad for on the fly, and it's really lovely. They did put some flowers on, but I kind of felt they were unnecessary. I really love that. Love you very much. Yeah, I do. Love you very much, Mick. Okay, so that's card number 1. Pop that away. Card number 2. Whoops, we don't want to go back in there. Here we go. Is really, really quick and easy. So this is the 2 pieces of the designer series paper. It's this bit here, and then the other side, which is these flowers, another of the labels, and I've got everything ready hopefully, and then I've got 2 squares. So again, it's half of A4, 29.6 scored in half at 14.8 by 10.5. Then this piece is 10 by 10, and this piece is, which is the right bit, yeah, this piece is 4 by 10, and then these 2 squares, so that's Misty Moonlight and Basic White, are 7 by 7, and my circle, because it's got inches on it, is 2 3/8. Okay, and then I've already stamped You're the Sweetest on the label, and these are the blueberries in Misty Moonlight. So all we've got to do is put it together. It's really quick and easy. So I've just got to trim off the front of my card, and I cut it so that that is 10.5. So let's bring my little trimmer out and see if I can do it with that. So I want 10.5. And then keep that bit. I did do my label out of it last time, but I've already done the label this time. Okay, so that's going to fit on there with some white around it, and that's going to fit on there with some white around it. So really, really quick and simple. I'm going to use Seal Plus and just put on the corners because it is expensive and it's going up. So if you want some more, you need to stock up before the May to August catalogue goes on sale, because that's where the prices are going up. Unfortunately, they've now passing on the cost of the tariffs to us. They obviously swallowed them for the last, whenever they started, year, was it last April they started? And they just can't, it's not financially viable. So unfortunately, things are going to go up. And then this is going to go on here. Okay. And then I did these flat so that I could raise the blueberries and the label up with dimensionals. I found it so much easier using it, holding it. I know it looks really weird, but it works so much better. So I'm gonna pop that so that I've got that bit there. Last time I put them together before I did this, but this time so you're actually going to see a bit more of the blue. And then the same amount there. And then my circle can also go flat. I mean, obviously, if you're giving it to someone, you can use more dimensionals, but I'm just trying to keep the postage down. You're the sweetest. There we go. Right, so now the dimensionals. And I'm just going to use my bone folder to give my blueberries some colour. I didn't do that before. So this is Misty Moonlight and Timid Tiger on the blueberries to go with the paper, because that's Misty Moonlight. So I thought Blueberry Bushel would kind of clash a bit. Let's pop that just on the edge of my circle. And then I want my label. 1, 2, 3. And across the bottom. Tuck that under the blueberry, actually. There we go. You're the sweetest. And this time I am going to use my ribbon. I'm just going to do a nice big bow. So it's light Misty Moonlight. Is that the right way around? So it should come through the right way. There we go. Lost. There it is. These are brilliant. Keep the ribbon in place. There we go. And a glue dot. I think I might do 2 because it's quite a big ribbon. And I'm popping that up at the corner there. That's a bit too big, actually. Let's just trim that a bit. There we go. So cute. You're the sweetest. And I did stamp some blueberries inside, but they went a bit wrong, so I'm not going to do that this time. Oh, okay, yeah. Last time I used the Misty Moon. Oh, come on, Misty Moonlight ones of these. So I'm going to do one big one, one small one, and one small one. The power of 3. There we go. You're the sweetest. And you could do some Wink of Stella on the blueberries, maybe. That's a good idea. You could do that later. Okay, so moving on. This is a fun fold, which I saw on Pinterest and absolutely loved. And it's by an American demonstrator called Lisa Curcio, I think is how you say her name. So I really wanted to have a go at it, and I'm going to share it with you. So it's really fun. This again is the embossing folder, the Ladybug Picnic, or as we would call it, Ladybird. I've got these little strawberries on here, and then a big strawberry which is holding it in place, and then it opens kind of back to front. Normally we would open it that way, but we're opening it this way. So I've used the designer series paper on the inside and the out and on the inside, and then this little label just holds it in place. So it's really not that hard, but I wanted to have a go, and then I thought I'd share it with you. So hopefully I've got everything ready. The card base is just a standard card base. So this is, oh, my brain is not working. This is, what is this? This right, it's 21 scored in half at 10.5 by 14.8. So it's again, it's half of A4, but cut the other way. And then I've got a piece of designer series paper, which is 10 by 14.3. So that's going to go on the front. And the reverse is strawberry slush. So this is strawberry slush card base, which is the colour in the designer series paper. And you've got, I love this honey, jar of honey. There is another bundle which I didn't get this year because it was Valentine's, and I just thought it won't last very. Done it the wrong way around. Oh, can I get it off? Right, let me get it off. I was talking and not thinking. Let me get this off. It's going to go back on, but it's upside down. So it doesn't matter if the card gets torn underneath, because I'm going to be covering it up. And it seems to be coming off, touch wood. There we go. Okay. I just told you it's going the other way, and what did I do? I just completely ignored myself. So let's pop some Tombow on top of the Seal Plus. Okay. And now I've completely forgotten what I was saying. Yeah, the honey jar. I saw somebody make a lovely card with the bear from this Valentine's set holding the bear jar of honey. It was so cute. Okay, there we go. And then on the inside, so I'm doing all my bits and pieces first. That's the reverse of the paper that we used on the other card. So it's like a checkerboard, and that's in strawberry slush again. Doesn't matter which way around this paper goes. And I have got the card base in the right direction now, so that will help. So I'm going to pop that on the inside of the cover. Trying to get it straight. There we go. And then a piece of white, which is also 10 by 14.3. And this is for your message. Oh, that's really sticky. I've got it all over me now. I must have put it down in some wet glue. And I'm lining that up so that it's next to the checkerboard, okay? And you can stamp your sentiment. I did stamp You're the Sweetest on there, but I'm not going to do that on this one, because actually, if I want to give it to somebody, that's not really going to be applicable. Okay, so I'm going to pop some... Where's the glue? Oh, it's there. Okay. Whoa. Oh no. Oh, it's one of those days. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Get my adhesive rubber. There we go. Now, did I do it to the bottom? I did. Okay. Right, and then I've got this piece of card here, which is 14.8 by 9.5, and I've scored it at 2 centimeters. I haven't used my bone folder on that, so I'm going to do that now. And then I ran it through. I ran it through the Ladybug Picnic embossing folder, but I only went up to the score line, and then there is a little bit of cutting involved. So she did it in inches. I'm going to mark it using this. Oh, there's ink everywhere. Not ink, glue everywhere. I'm going to mark it using this one, and then I will tell you what it is in centimeters. It is 2.5 centimeters. So I'm going to do that on this side as well. So I want 2.5 centimeters. Okay. And then all you're going to do is go from my pencil mark. Now I need to work out the middle. What did I say it was? 14.3. No, 14.8. So that's going to be 7.4. Right, so I've got my pencil mark here, 7.4, so that's halfway. And then this is 2.5 centimeters from my score line. And then I'm going to cut from there to get my triangle. And then the same on this side. Yay, there we go. And then all you've got to do with this is, now I did think that you might put it under here, but you would still see the join, so I'm actually going to put it underneath and then keep it, and there you go. So let's use some wet glue for this. I mean, you use whatever adhesive, but using the wet glue gives you a few seconds of maneuverability because you want to line it up with your score line. So I'm going to take that, pop that on there, and then I'm going to fold it and push it so that it's up to the score line. Move it down a bit. There we go. Lovely. And actually, it's not bad seam on the back, and that's the back, so it doesn't really matter. So fold that flat. There we go. Now, oh, I didn't die cut. I fussy cut my blueberry jam, or jelly, as the Americans call it. I don't know why they call it jelly. I don't know what they call jelly, or actually what we call jelly. Okay, so that's going to stamp or write your message there, and then to hold this in place, I need to stamp that. Now, where are my blueberries? No, it's not blueberries. It's a strawberry. I don't know where that circle came from. I'm going to stamp. Which one am I going to stamp? So I did You're the Sweetest on that one. Let's do Love You Very Much again, because I really do like that. Love you very much. Bring in the stamping position. This is going to be on sale in the May to August catalogue. Love you very much. And this time I'm going to stamp it in Misty Moonlight, which is what I did on the last one. Oh, that's what I did stamp on the last one. Can send this to my granddaughters, maybe. Love you very much. Perfect. And that's Misty Moonlight. I'm going to just knock my calendar on the floor. Not to worry. Okay, let's just give this a clean. How are we doing for time? I can't see how long we've been going. Please tell me we're recording. Oh, we are recording. 30 minutes. Okay, fine. Nearly finished. There's also a bundle that goes with this for scrapbooking. So I was going to do scrapbooking pages, but I'm sorry, I'm just not, my brain's not functioning properly. It's a bit overwhelmed. So casing cards was the easiest option for me. But I do want to make some, I've seen some lovely scrapbook papers, and I've just signed up for the 2026 virtual scrapbook retreat, which is 10 projects this year, and it's in April after Easter. I think it's actually the end of April, beginning of May, so hang on, I need to concentrate. So this, I just want to put dimensionals on the right hand side because it's going to hold my envelope flap closed. And I used 3, but I'm actually going to use more because it's pulling a bit. Let's use 5. You can never use too many dimensionals, as one of the virtual retreat people said, and she uses a lot. I thought I used a lot, but so scrapbooking is something I want to get into. I've nearly filled a whole, well, I have filled a whole album. I've been doing some on my own, so that's something. Once hubby's sorted, I'm gonna hopefully start doing and sharing with you. Okay, so I've got 5 under there, and that will then pop up like that. Okay, and then my strawberry. Let's use my bum folder. I didn't use my bum folder on the other one. Just give it a bit of a curve. And then put the dimensional in the middle. Oops. Towards the bottom. And pop that on the side there. Oh, I haven't done the ribbon. Okay, so let's layer some ribbon. So you need, well, I've used tear, if I can get it out, tear and tape to keep it in place. You don't have to. It just made it easier tying it. So I'm gonna, and you want to keep away from the fold because you don't want to affect it going over. Now I've just gone over the edge because I want it to go over so I can see where I'm lining up. That's it. Let's get my adhesive scissors. And that one's just going to go over as well. And I can see where to line the rest of it up. Just need a little gap there where I'm going to tie my bow. Okay, I'm going to smooth that into place with the bottom folder. So my ribbon's basically going to go around twice and then tie a ribbon. So let's hope that that's enough. Should be. I hope so. Okay, so now I'm going to start at this end, pull this off, and go over here. Making sure, I think it's, yeah, there is a right side and a wrong side, but it's pretty difficult to tell. Okay, so I'm going to line that up to cover the tear and tape, because you don't want any showing because it'll stick to the card. Turn that over, pull that off. And then I need to pull this bit off. Okay, that bit goes there. Actually, I haven't left enough to, I'm going to have to do a knot. It's uneven. So let's just do a knot. But that's okay. There we go. And then I need to just do my little strawberries. So I've got strawberry on the 4th, so I'm just going to do 3, 1 on each edge of my label. And that works perfectly. 1, 2. Let me send these to my granddaughters, I think. Love you very much. So there's my original with the bow, and I just didn't allow enough. I quite like the knot, actually. It's not quite so empowering. I might change that one. Yeah, I really love that. I love the envelope flap. I think it's really cool. So thank you for that, Lisa Curcio. Okay, so just to show you again, we use the Filled with Sweetness Sweet, and that's the Strawberries and Dots, the Designer Series paper, the Ladybug Picnic 3D embossing card. Yeah, I really love that one. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate everybody's support at the moment. It is a pretty tough time, but yeah, all your kind thoughts and prayers are much appreciated. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back next week, and I cannot remember what I'm doing next week, but it will be something. So thank you so much. Bye.